Hello everybody, welcome back to a video on Kaiserreich. So yes, we're in the start screen again, so that means that we're doing another series. Now of course you already know that because you pressed on the video, which has episode 1 plus a new flag with like in the thumbnail that I haven't used before. So that's probably a pretty dead giveaway. But anyways, we're here in Alpha 0.4. Now during my last campaign as Russia, the patch came out midway, and then I had to update of course. Now that means that save is corrupted, which is kind of hard to recoup from, so whatever. So we're going to be playing single player over here, new game, here we go. So as always, I've already decided who I will play as before we go in, because just simply like, it would be pretty boring to just look at me like, well, who should I play? Should I play as these guys? Oh no, these guys, oh fucking Japan. But I'm not going to be playing as any of those nations. I want to be far away from the war, from the Welsh Creek this time. Last episode, we of course, like last series, we were the Russian Republic, really pretty close to German Reich and Empire, I should say, and communist friends going to war with each other. I would like to move away from that and be a little bit more on my own and not really be affected by anything that the Germans and the French are doing. So I'm going to be playing as none other than the Brazil. So we are a democratic nation, but whatever. So we're going to be playing on the regular as per usual. Brazil. There we go. So Brazil actually has a focus tree, and that's why I'm playing them, which is pretty nice. I was thinking about playing the Ottoman Empire, however, my friend Froston recently played that, so I might do it after this series is done. Now, they have a focus tree over here, as you can see, pretty big focus tree. So, Civil War, we will have a Civil War, I believe. So we can even go with, okay, but I'm going to look through this in my spare time. The Unity Peace. Or Lessons of the Black Monday. So we will get affected by Black Monday, that's for sure. But it looks like we can only do this, bridging the Brazilian archipelago, and the Uneasy Peace. Uneasy Peace looks like it is just the thingy of just like last line of defense. Sao Paulo, Uruguay line, Honduras line. It's probably a good idea because I believe that in the end game there's like a war against Mexico. Argentina de Lenda, Broke La Plata, Bayo Restoration, the Spectre is haunting America, Free Colonial Republic, Free Peru. So if you like win against Argentina, this will come up. So you can already see it's pretty obvious that we'll get a war with Argentina, so we're probably going to line up our troops on that border. That looks like the only thing I can do is this or this. Now, what does this give me? I haven't looked at this yet. Where is... So this will give me some chats. This will give me some army experience. I'm going to go down here. So we'll go ahead and... What do we need? Hold on, let's just get my guys in the army. That's all my divisions, I guess. Well, okay then. So we have all these guys done to train. We can go ahead and speed up time. So we'll first of all go ahead and get... I believe that most of the time you get artillery and thing in your army. Apparently not. Artillery is not in thingy. I'm sorry for that, my mark came in. So we'll delete that again. And we'll go ahead and do this. Do we only have artillery or like infantry equipment in armies? Well, it's kind of easy to manage that then. We'll get 1918 support equipment. We get that. We'll get construction as well. Hold on, actually, we'll swap out the support equipment for engineering, electronic, mechanical, whatever that was called. We'll line up the troops on the border with Argentina, as I already said. Stars and Fixes. The Kaiserreich team proudly presents the Kaiserreich Alpha version 0.4.1. Stars and Fixes for Hardline 4. For months now, our team has worked on from every corner of the world to bring this mod to you. We hope you will enjoy playing as much as we did making it. First off, there are several things we'd like to point out regarding our new mechanics. If you check our political stats, you're going to blah blah blah. Second, you should always be aware that mod is designed with the assumption that the player will always access all possible states. Yeah, Ferry would like to remind you that it's still alpha, so okay, enjoy the KR4 team. Thank you, Kaiserreich team. tell you more about this exciting new system. By the way, I have more questions. Should I play with this circle or focus on or off? Well, it shouldn't make any difference. We recommend you play it on as it might help avoid bugs in very rare cases. How can I support how can I type puppeting? All puppeting is now done via events or focusing rather than through peace conferences. When will the next patch come out? We aim for one big release every 2 months, and of course hot fixes wherever needed. Well, that's good. Why are some of the models black? To use some DLC assets in our mod, so if you don't we use some DLC assets in our mod, so if you don't have that DLC, we'll get blank pictures. Don't worry though, they're just cosmetic errors. We're working on setting up backup textures to avoid this, so keep an eye out for updates. I want to do bug testing out Muzinko for Kia. Where can I sign up? Wonderful, head to our Discord. Wonderful, head to our Discord, link on the forums, and message either Nujata or Jankoas, whatever. Update X broke my saves. That isn't a question, but if you are having issues, try loading the save, saving it again straight away without unpausing, then loading using that now save. Okay, blah, blah. Are there any other parts to KR4? The only other part is the music mod, which can be found in the Steam Workshop description of the forums. You should definitely go get it. Okay. If it's any DLC, no. I'll be any bugs should be aware of. Notice this is an exhaustive list of the in-game bugs. This one that we are aware of. Very rarely, slight changes to mod files can cause all events to refire when loading a save. Making a new save or reverting back to the old version avoids this issue. I found a bug. Bye. Meet the team. Great job. When you inform me about the major events, you've already done 2 series on this. You should probably know what's happening in this mod by this time. Brazil's fragile first republic has been on the brink of its end since her humiliating defeat by Argentina in last year's war. The apparent stability represented by Café from Light Doctrine, the dominance of Brazilian politics by the landed oligarchs of Sao Paulo and Minas Gerais, is revealing itself as fast as general dissent against the federal government becomes more and more apparent. Old rivalries between different sectors of society are awakened. Dissatisfaction by the local elites of the south and the northeast against the government in Rio, and also by the industrialists in Sao Paulo, is growing. The Cangaço bandits, led by figures like Lampio and Corisco, are running rampant and harassing farmers in Ceará, Bahia and Pernambuco. The Brazilian Workers' Confederation, an umbrella organization for the syndicalist movement, is sponsoring heavy labor strikes in the southeast. Meanwhile, populist and nationalist thoughts are growing among the army and the middle class. Not even the armed forces can be trusted anymore. The Tontons, the non-partisan junior officers who organize the mutinies among the army during the final stages of war, can and will be mobilized by any side of the political spectrum. Emergency elections have been called for August, and some say that only a miracle can save democracy in Brazil. Let's wait till August then. Well, fuck me. Probably gonna have to decide on, like, from then on, like, the civil war. Now, as brother against brother, politics and democracy at large have failed, and wounds of the nation's fabric are much harder to heal than the ones from bullets and shells. So we can decide A, B, so Brazil's new era is about to begin. Given our victory in the Civil War, were to be recalled, it's not a matter of race, it's a matter of morals. All God-fearing Brazilians rejoice at our victory. That will bring Brazil newfound vigor. That's a little bit of a typo, I believe. We finally have freed the workers of Brazil. After much toil and suffering, finally the workers has risen, for the chains are broken. Vargas victorious. Brazil was an anarchy. One man and his most loyal followers, however, stood up to the madness and the liars, and always had Brazil and their interests at their heart. Getulio Vargas. Oh, democracy maintained. So, army purge. Oh my. Whatever this is. New groups are bred for the new era of peace we live in. Let us not only celebrate them, make them standard practice all of the nation, for the idle mind is vulnerable to ill thoughts. So I'll give some experience. Manpower plus 10,000? Yeah, 10,000. Or you can go faith and state, recruitable population, clergy support, and the new fatherland. Faith and state gives me more recruitable population. Probably going to go for that one if I go down the AEB route. Now, never went with revolution, never played communist state. Might go with that. Let's take a look. Political power, the office of purge, or amnesty plans. Oh, the great workers' militia into the army, a new dawn. Progresso. Oh god damn it! No. Nope. Not going down. Not gonna go down the communist path, because as you can see, it gives you barely anything, just some army experience and political power, a lot of political power. So not gonna go down this route. Vargas victorious, new army, that gives you some shit. It goes green up, yeah. Political power, game-based national unity. All democracy maintained. Political power, army experience, rule of law prevails. And then you get some shit, or purge the extremists, a loyal navy, new constitution, and then that. Okay, so if I take a look at this photo thingy, I would say that AEB Triumphant is probably the best one, simply because you get this, for example, unity through faith and state, global population is always the best in my opinion. Political power is really just like meh. But anyways, we have some free civilian factories, so we'll use them over here. We'll make some convoys or whatever. So we'll also get imports of steel from the United States. Not familiar. Political power. Oh, I didn't read that. Probably was important, but whatever. We can eat it. Scope speed 5. How's my gun situation doing? I can... Well, it dissolves itself. This morning, the small city of Cruzeiro, Sao Paulo was visited by the remaining leaders of the Brazilian Communist Party, as they organized their clandestine Fourth Party Congress, founded in 1922 as much present on the very early days of the labor movement. The PCB is now a shell of its former self, as a great part of its leaders and members have moved to other movements and parties, such as Workers' and Peasant Bloc, the Brazilian Workers' Confederation, and the Socialist Revolutionary Party. The strict adherence to the old Soviet Bolshevist doctrine by the party in the circle is seen by the most as the main reason for its failure. With this in mind, the Rum Party voted by a great majority to dissolve itself and be absorbed by the CBT. A small part of the old guard, however, led by Octavio Brando, is keeping an eye on the developments of the totalist ideas in Britain and have already announced that the party may be refounded in the near future. Okay. We're still very social conservative, but there's a lot of communist sentiments in our nation, that's for sure. We start off with negative political power, so that's not that great. La Plata has 69 troops. I only have 6, but I believe should have a bigger thingy overall. And also, I have being a proper human on my side, not a stupid AI. Major industrial strike in Sao Paulo. Today, the Brazilian Workers' Confederation, led by Astrígio Pereira, announced a major strike in Sao Paulo. All the industry has stopped producing, as most of the city's workers have joined the government movement. The picketers are demanding a complete review of the labor laws, instituting a common minimum wage for all states and other workers' rights. The organization is willing to negotiate starting now, given the demands. We will not negotiate with them unless they stop their strike. They are simply bandits sent in the police. We'll just do this. We will not negotiate as long as they keep their strike going. Black Monday, my god. It's Black Monday hit. CBT strike in Sao Paulo continues. So the main industrial hub of the country is still on a complete halt as Brazilian Workers' Confederation maintain their picketing. The movement now is threatening to spread west to Rio de Janeiro, as local CBT chapter led by Minervino de Oliveira has been announced their intent to join in. Some of the government say that we can be held by ransom by syndicate scum and recommend a heavy police action. Move gains. So we can gave into that mass, whatever. So we gave into that mass. Now the syndicalists are a lot more popular, but again, it's not that popular as such good sense. Oh, the fifth. Oh my god, that's like that happens every fucking time, and they lose every time. Like seriously, it's fucking ridiculous. With the Chamber of Princes over here, you'll see it soon. Like they have 21 troops maximum, and these guys only have 6, possibly only 5. So yeah, that's not going to work that well for you there. But let's. Oh, you have your own focus tree. Here's north. You have a focus. There's a Brazilian commune. Yeah, most of India actually has a focus tree. It's pretty fun. How about these dudes? You don't. You do. Grow food, grow bananas. I forgot about that one. Yeah, you do. Pretty interesting as well. That's a Black Monday. The case that met our country in the aftermath of Black Monday shook the already weakened economy at its very core. It is time we start a reorganization effort for our economy. Yes, we will. An Ackland to form. Deal with coronels. Pius has died, so the Pope is dead. Oh no, we're that's pretty bad for us because we are a very religious nation. How are you doing on? Yes. But actually, now think about it, you guys should definitely just immediately, because I believe. Hold on, let me just check your templates. Yeah, militia is probably not as good as. Hold on, let me check. Again, militia is something that is added in this mod. We can deploy, edit these troops. So if I take a look at infantry battalions, militia defense. Looks like overall heart attack. Overall militia is worse. So we're gonna go ahead. Check out these guys. Boop, boop, boop. I think garrison. Hold on, let me check garrison real quick. Simply because I don't. Yeah, first of all, they're smaller battalions. Infantry. Garrison, I believe, should be better defense. But I believe that infantry is overall the best. Just easier to maintain. Just there we go. The only the infantry. Here we go. Start training a little bit more. So at least have a basic. Now August is coming ever nearer. Remember, we're gonna have a civil war then, I believe. Unless I can like go ahead and just fix it through events or whatever. Now for stability, average stability. Ugh. Why is the thingy so weird? Names. I don't remember that being like that. So yeah, I'm gonna be enjoying this series. Normally though, people do enjoy these episodes. Okay, so that happened again. Markli declared war on Mongolia. Oh my, the Soviet Republic. Under Mikhail Tukhachevsky, so that's the... Who's in charge here? The Totalists are in charge, not the Bolsheviks. The Bolsheviks are not in charge. Oh, there are no Bolsheviks, I guess. Autonomists, I guess that they just broke up. So yeah, that's the thing. But I'm not going to be communist because the communist focus over here is not really that good. I would much rather go down the AIB rampant, or at least Vergas victorious. Vergas. Oh, hold on, what does this do? Can I get any sort of? Well, this might also be a good one. If I can choose, I would either go. This is my first choice. Vergas victorious gives me political power, national unity. Well, I would probably go for Vargas victorious and if very close to democracy maintained. Well, of course, we'll see what the events do, because in the events you might have some negatives then, but it might pop up. So also we'll start training some units. Yeah, that should about be good. We have a pretty big nation that we can draw from. We're on volunteer only, so that's also a thing that we might change in the future. So yeah. You guys done training? No, you aren't. Soon you'll finish. Especially Garda Present. Garda Presenzial. Lesson the Black Monday. There we go. I'm sorry, my mother just came in because I had to do something in 10 minutes. So after I'm done with this episode, I'll just take a real quick pause because reasons you are not supposed to know. You know, I'm doing those drugs, man. Those drugs. Industrial recovery. Yes, please. Our industry is still far from recovery, but it can be steered back to its place with a light nudge, of course. There we go. So we also have some research. How about we also go ahead and get that next support equipment? And holy fucking shit, are we still using fucking basic equipment? I'm training my troops with basic equipment. Wait, what? Who declared war on? Dutch Middle Africa declared war on... What? I guess. Yeah, they did this. Advanced Portugal's colonies. Makes sense that they will want that. Yep. I think that Deutsche Middle Africa will probably be fucking golden with their little bit more troops compared to the Portuguese, who also probably don't have their troops over here. Increase in stability. The Brazilian nation is strong. There we go. Olympics begin. We shall attend the Olympics like every civilized nation and win competitions. We don't expect to win even one medal, but we can dream. President wants to have win a team. President wants to have win a team because situation in country is getting worse and worse every day. Polish military seizes control. Oh my. Do the Poles have a focus tree? Oh yeah, they do. In order to prevent the total collapse of the government in Poland, yesterday the Sejm passed an emergency measures to invite the Polish military to create a new government until the economic and political situation stabilizes. The Polish military moved swiftly under the guidance of Władysław Sikorski, who has declared national curfews in the wake of his sudden military takeover. Polish military units now patrol the streets of Warsaw, and many wonder if even after the situation stabilizes, the military intends to wander. The military intends to stay and create yet another military dictatorship in Eastern Europe. Poland could not choose for itself but to pay as the military to choose for her. Now, actually, King of Ukraine has been modified a little bit, looks like. It's also now has these areas. You gain this problems, I guess. It used to be different if you take a look at that. Oh, King of Illyria. So a lot of things have changed. Probably is a good thing though, because like Kingdom of like Bosnia and Croatia were kind of like ugly just there. So yeah, so Kingdom of Poland has its own thingy. Firm hands. Firm hand, so you're going down this route. Great debate. True Polish king, a Lithuanian king, a Saxon king, a von Habsburg. So you can actually go with a king if you want to. It looks like right now they have a little bit of a end of the Olympics. After all, everything ends. So do Olympics. We haven't won any medal, but maybe next time. Too bad. Too bad indeed. Stop training now. Next thing I'll probably research is fucking bit. We need something that isn't World War I equipment. Actually, I haven't taken a look at this new, this new focus tree for USA. Might do a live stream on it, because I've been growing a lot. So yeah, it might be good. Go ahead and get that. There's long President Ghana, President Curtis. Okay, here we go. Now we will first of all get those weapons up. For fuck's sake. Progresso governments. Mexico. Planned economy gives you some civilian factories. Brazilian socialism. No, not gonna go down socialist route again. This gives you more thingy. Trade and dismantle unions. So it looks like mixed capital the economy will give you more shit. I guess you can, yeah. It's like the Progresso conference or whatever it's called. Anything else I can do? No, no civil war yet. Progresso. Let us hear what the captains of industry suggest to deal with the current economic situation. After all, who would be more qualified? The militarization of Altenia again. That's over here. The Papal Conclave. Catholic faithful in Rome breathed a sigh of relief as the Sistine Chapel's chimney billowed forth white smoke, signifying the election of a new pope. A short time after, it was announced that Pius, the popular Eugenio Cardinal Pacelli, has become His Holiest Pope Pius XII, leader of the Catholic Church and head of state for the Italian Federation. Saint Peter has now as a new occupant. It's this dude, Pius XII. Exciting. Oh god, here we go. So, due to its unstable political situation in our country, especially after our defeat on the Platine War, emergency elections have been called for the 1st of August. Four main coalitions are disputing. First, we have the Alianza Nacional Libertadora, there we go, ANL, National Liberation Alliance, a broad front for the left-wing parties, composed of the Socialist Revolutionary Party and the political side opposed the CBT syndicates. Next, we have the Liberal Democrats, Liberal Democratas, and an ad hoc coalition of centre-left and liberal forces under former President Julio Prestes. Politically experienced and presenting themselves as a moderate alternative to the present situation. Further to the right, you have the Republicans, Republicanos, a union of conservative parties joining landowners and industrial capitalists with the right-wing forces of the military under the leadership of populist Getulio Vargas. The fourth main coalition are the authoritarian Brazilian Integralist Action, the Nationalist and Populist Party under Pinho Salgado. After a very passionate campaign, the elections took place today. As the votes were counted, next president of Brazil was announced. And there we go, we can now decide. It's not really how democracy works, but the AIB Trampants, National Populists. The autocrats, National Populists. Pinho Salgado. Pinho Salgado is a new thingy, so we now have Integralist Brazil. We are pretty much fascist now. The people of Brazil has chosen a change. Pinho Salgado is a new president. No more politics will be dominated by the interests of small ruling class. We are also fed up of harassing by the singulist bandits. This decadent and unpopular government will be rebuilt from scratch according to our ideology. However, it would be wise to form a coalition government with like-minded politicians. Inviting the more far-right elements of the armed forces would be a nice move, according to some. Others, however, believe in striking a deal with Getulio Vargas, Republicans. Their populist ideas actually match several points of our own agenda. So we get I hate this menu. Invite the hardline tenentas. Looks pretty good. Landfall construction speed, that's good. Max planning, army experience gains, looks pretty nice. Zayt have a strong faction. That's not really that big of a deal, really. Marcanos, which grants war production plus 50%. Oh, and but that's a focus, not really anything else. Authoritarian Democrats again. Infrastructure construction speed, production efficiency gap. Gains included which grants security, National Populist Mad people. Nationally plus 10%. Daily sales growth. Day resistance goes minus 20%. Invite the hotline to Nandas. There we go. So yeah. We are pretty popular. But anyways, we're gonna have to end this episode. And Tigris Brazil over here, under the glorious reader of Plinio Salgado. And this actually makes me think about a fascist regime I was playing as in Iron Guard Romania. So yeah, remember that one? I was also national populist. Now we actually got a new dude. Start training already. And we couldn't deploy. Sellable coffee. Just going to read this thing real quick. It looks like the landed oligarchs of Sao Paulo have presented us with an issue. With coffee prices falling day by day on the international markets, farmers are now filling their warehouses with more and more unsellable harvests. And now they've come to ask us to come to help them out of this. According to our economists, if we don't act now, depending... My brow just came in. The deepening agricultural crisis will end up affecting other sectors of the economy. There's landowners aren't sure if they can trust the coming integration. Ow! Is Elias! Ja, kan eruit komen. So this may be our chance to establish something with class, mainstream opinion with the AAB. However, it is that we must keep our distance from these old-style predators. Buy the surplus coffee and burn it. That will raise its price. Yeah, fuck yeah, burn the coffee. But anyways, gonna have to end this episode. And I'll see you next one. I'll go check what my bro wants me to do.